Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick, aka the Limey, and on today's episode, we're back in the office. So, this is my office. This is where I spend a lot of my time. Day to day, I run a travel company, and if I'm not doing travel, I'm making YouTube videos, editing YouTube videos, and I sit right here and I do that. We moved into the house about 18 months ago, and this room has had no love whatsoever. So I think it's about time that I rearrange my office. I'm going to change the layout. I'm going to add a few things to it to make it a little bit more me, a bit more of an enjoyable environment. We're going to decorate the wall. So this wall is going to become a feature wall because I'm actually going to move my desk in front of the two windows on that side of the room. So if I'm doing a Zoom call with potential clients, there's something behind me, not a plain, boring white wall. I've got some artwork I need to put up on the wall. I've got a new rug that I want to put down. I've got some blinds that I need to put in the windows. So that's kind of today's project. So what I'm going to try and do is, over the next little while, I'm going to add the blinds, add the feature wall. I'm going to move the desk against that wall, rearrange the whole thing and get it all ready. Before we go and do that, please make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you turn the notifications bells on. It really does help that YouTube algorithm that everybody talks about. It really does help grow the channel and grow my community. So far, we've been doing fantastically well. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, which is, within a few months of starting the channel to get to 1,000 subscribers, it's absolutely fantastic. So thank you to each and every single one of you. Let's go, start planning. I think the first thing to do is probably start tidying up a little bit because it is a little bit messy in here, as I knew I was working on this project. So let's get that done and then we'll start fixing things up. Right, so as you can see behind me, I've got a couple of nice windows that kick out some lovely natural light, which really is fantastic. The problem is the sun blows through those windows first thing in the morning. I cannot see anything on my screens until around 10:30, 11 o'clock. So if somebody needs to travel before 10:30, 11 o'clock, it's a bit of a mystery. Never quite sure what I'm reading, where I'm sending people, where they're going. So first things first, I think I need to get some blinds up in those windows. So what I'm going to do is clear out the windowsills, grab myself a ladder, grab some tools, and we'll bang some blinds in there. Step number one. Okay, so I have my blinds. I've measured the windows. The windows are not the same size typically. And the annoying thing with blinds is I've got to take 1 centimetre off each side of this one. So it's 2 centimetres too wide. This is a 60 centimetre blind. One of the windows is 58 centimetres. So I'm going to chop 1 centimetre off of each. Now normally I'd run this down to the garage, bang it on the chop saw and just chop away. This is just new PVC, it's just plastic. So I'm going to just saw that up here, keep it as neat as I can, and then I'll just take a pair of scissors and just cut each one of those so they'll all sit at 58 centimetres. Then I'll repeat the process on this one. I think this one needs to be 56.5. So that's what we're going to do, and then I will get the blinds in, get them installed, and we'll go from there. So the blinds are now up, and for the eagle-eyed amongst us, you'll notice that these are not the actual blinds that we started with. So the original blinds that I bought, I was cutting the first one down, all went fine, then it's fallen into that window, went to cut the second one down, and let's just say I used some artistic licensing on the shape of the blind. Mine was a bit more hourglass. So when I went back to the store to pick up a second blind, a replacement blind for that one, then it's selling more. So I basically had to start again. So that is now fitted, and that's a brand new blind, and that one is the exact same blind as well. So as you can see, it blocks out a lot of light in here, which is fantastic. It means when I'm working, I'm not going to be dazzled by the sun, especially because the next step is to get this desk in front of that window. So let's do that now. So the next thing I need to do is I need to get this desk moved. So this desk is fantastic. It's absolutely huge, really solid and stable. A fantastic workspace for me. It gives me plenty of room. One of the things I did like about this desk, but now don't like, is that it came with this under mounted storage, which meant all the cables and wires tucked in nicely, and it meant it was nice and neat. The problem with that is over time, as I've added to things, I end up with cables that are attached, but if I want to go anywhere, I can't take that with me. So I've ended up unplugging things, moving things around, unhooking things, doing all of the things that really drive me insane, just to get a power pack out or an adapter, or I've wanted to upgrade something, I've had to unplug the whole thing, move it all around, and then plug it all back together. I have a slightly better solution for when we move this, so I guess all I can do now is get all this unhooked, unplugged, out into the landing, so I can move this beast of a desk. Right, desk is almost in place. Let's see what else we can do. Now, I'd love to think that I am minimalist enough to get away with that setup, but it's just not gonna happen, is it? It's not realistic. I need more stuff on the desk, I need more stuff around me, I need more of my bits and my bobs. Now, one of the things that we talked about was doing something funky with this wall. So this is quite a decent sized wall, fits me nicely. So what I'm gonna do is, because obviously if I'm having a Zoom call or something like that, I'll probably have a camera sat here, and that would be me working away. Oh hi, how can I help? And that's the background they're probably going to see. So what I want to have is just a bit of a feature wall there. So that's one of the next things I'm going to tackle once I get all that stuff back in here and ready to set up, okay? So I think the next bit is to head down to the garage. Right, so we're back down in the garage, and the office is starting to take shape. The desk has been moved in front of the window, the blinds up, everything's starting to look good. One thing I want to make sure doesn't happen, as soon as you walk in the door, you don't see a nest of unsightly wires. So what I've done is I flew down to the hardware store, I picked up a couple of big sheets of MDF. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a panel that goes across the legs of the desk at the back. So as you walk in, I'm going to paint this white, obviously use the MDF so it's all smooth. And what we'll do is we're going to literally camouflage the back of the desk or the wall. We're going to make a little invisible pocket behind it. So this will be completely white. We will stick it to the legs of the desk. So that way, what you'll see when you walk in is just a beautiful, clean, white space. That's the plan. Let's see if we can make it happen. Right, so the desk's in place and I have my sneaky backboard all painted and ready to be installed. So what I'm going to do, I've just test fitting to make sure it looks okay, and it worked and it's awesome. So what I'm going to do is pop that out, check it out on the floor. I've got to stick on a piece of scrap across the back, makes it thick enough so we can actually screw through, and we can add some of the extension cables that are going to get put on the back of that so we can plug things in without everything falling to the floor. Let's do that then. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to screw the power bars, and they've got these little sort of keyhole style hooks on them that will fit a small screw head. Now the smallest screws that I've got that won't go through both sets of MDF are just the right size. They will actually work for me, so that's fantastic news. So we've got those, but transferring the markings off of the back of that onto the bit of wood is always a bit of a pain in the bottom. So here is how I do it. Piece of paper, one of your children's pencil cases. I'm going to steal a pencil crayon. And what I do is I line this up with the top so it's perfectly straight. And then if you just colour and what you get is two perfectly spaced, one there and one there, of where you need to transfer your screws. So then all you need to do is line it up, take your screw, poke it through, mark where it needs to go, screw it down. Should work. Let's try. So the wall is done. So one of the reasons that I decided to install a Google Smart device in here is, hey Google, turn on office wall. So I can do things like that. There it is, guys, there's the feature wall. So now, if you're lucky enough to get in a Zoom call with me, at least you'll have a half decent background behind me. You won't have a boring, plain white wall. So this is a real simple thing to do. If we were to take it down, it's only held in by 3 or 4 screws per batten. Drywall screws straight into the side of the drywall. Nice and easy, job is good. So all that's left now for the office refurb is I need to get this picture hung. I need to give the place a hoover, vacuum through, give everything a wipe down, get everything back in its final place, and then I'll do the full reveal. Hey Google, office wall off. guys, we have done it. We've completed the office reno, and what a fantastic project this was. I've managed to create a really warm and welcoming space, somewhere that I really feel comfortable being. Whether I'm booking travel for people, whether I'm editing videos for YouTube, or even creating content right here at this desk, it's somewhere that I enjoy spending those 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day. Thank you so much for following on this episode. It's been a really fun one. Please make sure you like the video, give it a huge thumbs up. Make sure that you leave a comment. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. If you'd done something different with this wall, my wife hates it. If you'd done something different with this wall, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you share this video, spread the love, guys. Let's try and get the channel over 1,000 subscribers by the end of the week. That's my challenge. 1,000 subscribers, end of the week. Let's do it. Thanks a lot, guys. My name is Nick, aka the Limey, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Get it, comma and a comma, gotta get it, and this is